I picked up 4 more leads for Fourville. And it was just a coincidence, I swear.
4!
I swear it's a coincidence. But yes, the first is I found out that Mr. Abomination is real. And I've got the location of his hideout.
What?
Yeah.
The fake thing that dude that was living in a closet made up?
I guess I have a fake lead.
Alright, well, we'll go. Let's
change the weather first.
I don't remember this being here before.
Somebody built that. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know whose cabin this is, but,
I don't know either. If it is abandoned, I'm not sure why he would abandon it, because it's very well set up. I mean, look at this.
Maybe he got killed. This could be our base if you want it.
Wait. No, these are all glued to the shelf.
Oh, it's all plastic.
Yeah, you ever go to like a theme park and they have like the Safari Land and there's just like a bunch of stuff that's on the shelves, but it's all like drilled into the shelf so you can't actually take it? It's the same thing.
I see. Oh, there's a person up here.
Hi.
And there's a person down there. Okay.
All right.
I saw some purple martins not too long ago. People put birdhouses out for them to attract them because they thought that purple martins ate mosquitoes. But as it turns out, they eat dragonflies and other things that eat mosquitoes.
Yay! So now there's more mosquitoes.
Probably an unintended consequence.
Did you ever see? You haven't really been in the South, have you?
Not frequently.
Have you ever seen that they're called love bugs? It's a little black bug it's like a oval shaped little black bug with like orange on it.
Can't say I have.
And they're called love bugs because when they mate, their butts stick together.
Oh.
And then they fly through the air like that. And they're absolutely disgusting. Like they do nothing. They basically just eat crops and they're a massive pest. And when you hit them with your car, because they fly in massive clouds, they explode. And their guts look like grits.
Oh, jeez.
Which is one of the reasons that I won't eat grits anymore.
I see.
Anyway, they're disgusting. They will absolutely ruin the paint of your vehicle.
So when you were in the South, you didn't love those bugs?
No, I didn't. I really hate that everyone calls them love bugs. I hate that they exist. They're an affront to nature. Anyway, the rumor was that they had been genetically bred to eat mosquitoes, and that the US government had released them in the South to eat mosquitoes, but instead all they did was eat crops. No idea if that's actually true or not. It does sound like the kind of thing the government would do.
How many times have we accidentally recreated Mao's for pests control scheme?
I mean, the amount of times that we've just been like, you know what, this is a great idea, we'll just do this. And then the we'll just do this is bury 6 million tons of sodium right underneath the water table.
Let's import cats to Australia to eat the rats.
Oh god, yeah, they have a problem with feral cats in Australia.
And rats. They didn't actually solve the problem.
And rabbits.
Turns out the cats just went for the easy to grab kiwi birds and other things like that.
I don't think there's kiwi birds in Australia, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, small native flora and fauna.
Yeah, the
The
cats,
ecosystem got ruined.
yeah, the cats just eat everything. I remember seeing a news report a while ago that was talking about trying to like cull the feral cats in Australia, and I understand that it's a problem for them. Like, I get that. I couldn't watch it, though, because I like cats too much.
Fair enough.
I was just like, I can't watch
It's fair enough. Yep.
Also, Australia, I don't know if you know this, but Australia really fucking hates rabbits.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, they really hate. You know what? Do you know why there's rabbits in Australia? Because some British dickhead showed up to Australia and was like, oh, this is all rather boring. You know what this needs is a spot of good sport. And he imported a bunch of rabbits.
To hunt.
And then went, I don't feel like hunting anymore.
And then he released them into the wild, and
He released them into the wild, and the rabbits bred like crazy because they're rabbits, and that's what they do. And now there's rabbits literally everywhere. So they have rabbit fences that go across the entire span of the continent.
Good grief.
To keep the rabbits from getting onto the other side of the continent.
All right. I mean, okay.
Australia hates rabbits so much, they biologically engineered a virus that specifically targets rabbits that makes all of their blood vessels explode and blood shoots out their eyes and ears.
You know how you said you didn't want to hear about cat extermination projects, and now you're telling me about bunny extermination projects?
It's because I like bunnies, but they're basically wild animals. Yeah.
Still, though.
Yeah. I remember hearing that and just being like, wow, Australia, you really fucking hate rabbits, don't you?
Australia has a lot of issues with invasive species.
Oh, there's a cave.
I think that might be where we're going.
There's a lot of chickens, too. I mean, have you noticed the amount of chickens?
They also are breeding like crazy. I think somebody imported them from Australia.
Okay, what, 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, you guys are moving. I can't count you. I can't count you when you're moving. 1, 2,
3, a lot.
4.
Pile of.
Mr. Abominable Mound.
Okay. It's,
All right.
Maybe. I mean, honestly, it makes sense to be a pile of bodies, bones outside his cave. Because what else is he gonna do with them? Leave them in the cave? Yeah. No, there goes my theory about taking bodies outside. Jeez.
Well, yeah.
Come on.
Really?
You just throw your chicken bones down the hole. Yeah, pile of bodies. Just Deathclaw here.
Oh, wow. Mr. Abominable must be serious if he could kill Deathclaw.
Maybe he's an Alpha Omega Deathclaw. I hear a Deathclaw.
Ah! Excuse me? Oh, wow. Mr. Abominable must be really scary if he could blow open this wall by just going roar.
Maybe he did it remotely.
Yeah, he's got remote. Oh, look, it's a bunch of blood.
Hold on a second. I smell Nuka-Cola. It's cherry Nuka-Cola.
Oh, is it just cherry Nuka-Cola?
I think so.
Is it just cherry Nuka-Cola?
You forgot you hated Nuka-Cola cherry.
I really hate Nuka-Cola cherry. Oh, man. And it's warm.
And also there's bodies in it.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something that I do that's really weird.
Cannibalism.
I like flat soda.
Okay, not as weird as I thought.
I really like flat soda.
Okay,
I think flat soda is amazing.
You want decarbonated soda.
Yeah, I think decarbonated soda is great. When I was growing up, my dad used to have like a whiskey and Coke, like in the evening. He would open a can of soda and he'd only use a bit of it to drink it, and then he would put the can of soda in the fridge, and the next morning it would be flat. So I would get up the next morning and be like, oh boy, soda, and I would just drink the rest of the can. The amount of times that he would come down and be like, hey, what happened to that can of Pepsi? And it's just like, I drank it. Why'd you drink my can of Pepsi? Because you were just gonna pour it out the next day because it was flat. Of course I'm gonna drink. Yeah, so I just remember thinking that was really funny. It's just, why'd you drink my can of Pepsi? Oh, hey, are you Mr. Abominable?
Huh? What the hell?
We found you.
What are you doing here?
Now it's your turn to go
Who sent you?
seek.
Oh, he's Abraham Abominable.
Mr. Abraham Abominable.
Abominable.
Got it.
Yeah, nobody sent me.
You're telling me you just wandered all the way out here without anyone telling you about me?
Pretty much.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Nope, no idea.
I set up all that monster stuff so no one would stumble in here accidentally. I always assumed that anyone who came in here would be out to get me. I go by the name Mr. Abominable. And down here, I brew my signature drug, Abomination.
Oh.
I just assumed that since you were here, you wanted to kill me. I guess if you're not, then we can do some trading. Unless you feel like trying your luck.
Yeah, sure, I like gambling.
Are you threatening me? Fine. Here's a few caps to just forget you ever saw me.
Oh, I wanted to fight him.
Okay.
I fight him.
All right, good enough. You could have just left.
I win the fight. I thought he wanted to. What is that? Oh, is it a speed? Oh, it's okay.
The Deathclaw noise is on the terminal.
I mean, I admire his dedication. He just wants to be left the hell alone. So yeah, he set up a whole thing out here to be like, I'm gonna Scooby-Doo all these people into thinking that I'm a horrible monster.
You have an actual body suspended in the air, though.
That is something I was going to ask. Are those real bodies? Have a time bomb too.
Why not? Sure.
Oh wow, they all like went perfectly right on there. That's kind of surprising. All right, yeah. Enjoy the time bomb. Thank you, Mr. Abominable, for stopping by. Do you want me to go out the way I came in, or can I just?
We'll just go out this way.
We'll just go out this way.
Okay, so that lead may have been a bust, but there's more.
I don't know how the guy in the vault knew about Mr. How did the guy in the vault know about Mr. Abominable?
I have no idea.
Odd. It's odd is what it is, Mike.
Yes. So do you remember Hux? You know, fell in love with Lorraine.
Oh, yeah, Huxley.
Yeah, apparently he's got a thing for us.
What, he does?
Yeah.
Okay, what does he want?
Let's go talk to him.
Oh, okay, he wants us to go talk to him. I thought that you had done a thing for them, and...
Just, I guess that's Mr. Abominables?
I asked for a chair. Where is it?
Everyone's doing their own thing.
The world's a scary place if you let it be. That's what I like about you. You refuse to let it.
Excuse me, I need to use this workbench. What? Whoa, 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 what is that? What is that? What is that? Where did you find that? Where the hell did you find this thing?
Maybe they made it themselves.
I don't know how they would have made it themselves. Where did they find a Borchardt C93? I don't really. Oh, look, a bun. Oh! I'm sorry, I got distracted by the bunny.
Oh, he's just driving over here.
Yeah, he's here.
He's
Here you
digging?
go.
Maybe he's digging?
There you go, buddy. It's a Borchardt C93.
It's a very odd-looking gun.
It looks so odd because it's the first mass-produced semi-automatic pistol ever.
Why does it have a rounded end? Were they afraid that the consumer would hurt themselves if the gun had a...
No, this gun is toggle lock, which means that it has the same action as a Luger, where this part is hinged. So when this gun fires, that whole action goes whoop and tips up like this. This big snail-looking thing on the back of it is the mainspring, where that is where the spring is that actually pushes the bolt forward and keeps it locked into battery. The Borchardt C93 is really cool. It's one of those guns. Oh god, it's so good. I love how like the trigger is offset to one side.
Ugh.
Oh, it's so cool. It's just weird. It's such a
goofy.
weird. It's goofy because it's the first semi-automatic handgun.
I feel like if I had picked out this weapon and given it to you, you would have told me it's too goofy and hated it.
Ah, no, if you'd picked it out and given it to me, I would have been... Oh.
He's sleeping.
Okay. So you'll notice when I'm shooting it, you can see the bolt actually go boop and pop up on every shot.
Is one side heavier than the other? Or are you just holding it sideways to look cool?
I don't know why.
Sideways to look cool, got it.
Freaking iguana?
So much wildlife out here.
Well, hey, that's where the iguana bits come from. Oh, hey now! He like standing. What do you mean that's where the iguana bits come from? He says, standing up, putting his hands on his hips.
Give me back my bits.
The Luger took a lot of its lineage from the C93, specifically in the toggle lock, but technically speaking, if I recall correctly, the toggle lock mechanism from this is basically stolen from a Maxim machine gun.
Okay. How much ammo can it hold?
If I recall correctly, I think it's like a 9-round magazine.
Because I don't really see a place to put a magazine in.
No, it's that little wood block at the bottom.
Wait,
yes, the magazine base plate is made of wood. That ring on the side of it is, if I recall correctly, a lanyard ring. You can attach a stock to this gun.
And some keys.
Okay, so you can see it pop up every time I shoot it.
Pew, pew, pew. As long as you're having fun, you know?
There were some militaries that used this gun for a very short period of time, but not very long. And it did actually see service in World War I.
Put on the drum magazine.
Yeah, sure, why not?
The dumb suppressor. I want this thing to be goofy as all hell.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, a reflex sight. Yes, that's part of the goofiness.
Why am I putting a PWS compensator? No. Nope. So now we have a very goofy pistol that apparently is also automatic. Ah!
I love it!
It's a little,
Well, I love this gun too.
it's a little unwieldy. It's a little unwieldy, and I kind of hate what this has become.
You gotta put the suppressor on it so no one knows what you're doing.
Alright, hang on. We'll put a suppressor on it just for your curiosity. I'm pretty sure nobody ever made a suppressed version of a C93.
A suppressed automatic drum
A suppressed
fed.
fully automatic drum mag fed.
I don't know why, it gives me joy.
This is very, very silly. All right, well, we're gonna try this. This is incredibly dumb.
I love it.
So yeah, this gun is in kind of a weird caliber. It's in 7.65 by 25 Borchardt.
Oh boy, new caliber.
Luger, the guy that invented the Luger handgun, was actually the assistant of Borchardt.
Oh.
And Luger was like, yes, I helped influence the design, which I also kind of feel like maybe he didn't help influence the design. Maybe he just saw it and went, yeah, I like that, I'm taking it.
Possibly. But it's an interesting bit of gun history nonetheless.
Yeah. The U.S. Navy actually tested this gun as a possible new standard issue service pistol.
But never settled on it?
No, they never went with it because the grip is, as you can tell, basically vertical, which is kind of awkward to hold on to.
It did seem like that.
And has surprisingly high recoil, reportedly.
So we've seen!
Well, they're not normally full auto, so...
Oh, yeah.
Normally...
You can probably juggle that thing with the bullets. just don't compensate for recoil. Just juggle it in the air. Whee!
Oh man, I really thought maybe I could hit it for a second. It's actually got like the engraving on. Dang! You did a good job, man. Oh my God! When I point it up like that, you can actually see. So this is this reflex sight. While it never would have been on this gun ever, you can actually see the little circle that is reflecting off of a prism, which is then projected forwards onto the lens.
Oh.
Man, this is a cool looking gun model.
I'm glad we both like it.
Whoa.
Ah, it's as close as you can get.
I can do like a weird faux x-ray thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you can actually see the bottlenecked cartridge in there. Oh, that's neat. It's one of the things that I really like about early firearms design is it's a lot of throwing shit at the wall until something sticks.
And people eventually realize that toggle lock ain't the best.
No, it's really complicated. You have to get measurements exactly right for like different things in terms of like the friction of parts meshing against each other and spring weights and stuff like that, to the point that if you have a toggle lock gun and the spring starts wearing out on it, it won't function the way it's supposed to anymore. Granted, that's true for basically any semi-automatic pistol, so never mind, I'm talking out my ass. Early firearms design is a lot of just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works.
Right.
And that's really interesting to me. It's why I like the inertial recoil system. It's just such an odd thing to come up with first. It's the same thing with toggle lock. It's like, this is what you came up with first, is this overly complicated thing. The Thompson submachine gun initially used this recoil principle known as Blish lock. And Blish lock is based on the principle of dissimilar metals having different friction coefficients. Turns out that Blish lock was complete bullshit, and none of it actually worked. It was just the fact that it was a real heavy bolt, and the guy had accidentally invented blowback.
Oh, okay.
But it's really funny to me that he came out, he's like, yes, it's called Blish lock, and it doesn't actually do anything. I love that about early firearms design. It just absolutely tickles me.
I discovered Blish lock while eating my goulash.
Yeah, it just absolutely tickles me. These like weird design principles that people come up with for early firearms design, and a lot of it is just like, it's just goofy. It's just goofy. Toggle lock had a good run going for a while. There were a lot of people trying to do toggle lock. John Pedersen made a semi-auto rifle that was in the U.S. Army. Well, it wasn't actually in the U.S. Army. Whatever, I'm not going to get into it. John Pedersen designed a semi-automatic rifle for the U.S. military that they never ended up adopting. That was a toggle lock gun.
Okay.
And I just love the complexity of it. It's so cool to me. I know for a fact that there's people that are like, I love the rotary engine on cars. I'd never buy one, but I love them.
They're fascinating quirks of history.
They're really cool. That's actually kind of a fun comparison. You know what? I'm gonna coin that one right now. Toggle lock is the rotary engine of firearms.
You used to collect a lot of archaic technology. I guess you still do. Yeah, you had rotary phones and you got the vinyl records and stuff like that.
I still have a rotary phone. I've since sold my record player because I've moved on to cassettes. I took the actual design history of the whole media, and I was like, records are old hat. It's all about cassettes now.
I've actually started to buy CDs in preparation for 7 years from now.
Yes, exactly.
To get you a gift.
I love obsolete technology. It's super fun.
That's why we got Curie here.
Yep. I like my women the way I like my guns. French and obsolete. Completely unrelated to anything, but for some reason I feel compelled to bring it up. Did you hear about the Marine that had a 14-year-old in his barracks room?
I did see about that.
Yeah. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say to that except just like, what the fuck?
People are fucked.
Oh, good lord.
Degenerate behavior in the military, I don't believe it, right?
Oh goodness. You mean people in the barracks are living like animals? Who'd have thought? Granted, the thing I'm talking about is a lot smaller than a human being, but one of the people I knew in the military literally had a dog in his barracks room. And they came to do a barracks inspection at one point, and he went up to the dog and he goes, shh, and drops a towel on top of the dog, and it did not move for the entire barracks inspection, and they didn't look under the towel.
Wow. I find that hard to believe that the dog wouldn't move, but if it's well trained.
It was like a little tiny dog.
Okay.
And it was in its bed, so it's just like, oh, I got a blanket on top of me and I'm in my bed, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I legitimately knew people in the I knew people in the military that straight up their girlfriend just lived with them in the barracks.
Okay.
For like months.
Well, in the barracks I lived in North Carolina, you wouldn't be able to get away with that because they checked everything.
The people coming and doing the barracks inspection are like
corporals or something.
20 in their 20s, mid-20s. You have a bunch of people in their mid-20s doing a barracks inspection for a bunch of people that are in their late teens, early 20s. And it's just like neither of these two groups of people want to be there. The people having the barracks inspection don't want to be having the barracks inspection done, and the people doing the barracks inspection don't want to be there.
I see.
Because it's just like I could be at home, I could be watching a sports game, I could be masturbating, I could be
anything.
I could be doing literally anything. But instead I have to be here at this barracks room and make sure that this person is acting like a human being and not an animal.
I suppose when your inspectors are sergeants and staff sergeants, they're a bit less lenient.
I guess, yeah.
Or maybe ours were just exceptionally vigilant because they knew we were fresh out of boot camp and were eager to get into trouble.
Oh, well, if that was in your job training, then yeah, they were gonna be much more strict. I mean, this is like a barracks unit at an actual like military or like duty installation.
Yeah, an established barracks, yeah.
LOL duty.
Yeah.